In Gaza, a fragile calm continues to hold, but uncertainty looms. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Israel and Hamas are very shortly expected to move into the second phase of the ceasefire, a transition he says could begin by the end of the month. Speaking alongside visiting German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Netanyahu said Phase 2 will focus on disarming Hamas, withdrawing Israeli forces from Gaza, and deploying an international stabilization force. It would also involve forming a temporary Palestinian administration overseen by an international board led by U.S. President Donald Trump. Netanyahu acknowledged the difficulty of reaching the first phase of the ceasefire, saying many doubted it was possible. He admitted the second phase will be just as challenging, especially with the handover of the last detainees' remains still pending. On the military front, Israel's Chief of Staff Eyal Zamir described the so-called Yellow Line as a new border. He said the army will not allow Hamas to reconstitute itself and is preparing for surprise attack scenarios, signaling continued readiness rather than de-escalation. Despite the truce, sporadic clashes and deadly Israeli airstrikes persist. Meanwhile, the U.S. is preparing to unveil the next steps of its 20-point Gaza peace plan, including a board of peace and an international stabilization force. Since the ceasefire began on October 10th, more than 370 Palestinians have been killed, adding to the over 70,000 deaths reported since the war began. For now, the ceasefire remains in its earliest stage, with major political and security hurdles still unresolved.